Welcome. In this video, I will explain how we can take an email address column and then get useful components extracted out of that, like the username, the domain, and the extension by using three simple Excel formulas. Now, let's start first with extracting the username. So if you look at the email address general structure, it has the username at and then the domain dot and then the extension. So these are the three components, and we're going to use formula first to extract the username. So Excel, the new Excel has a function called text before. And so if you type in text before, open parenthesis, and then you can select the cell that we are trying to extract the data from, in this case, C7, and I'm going to do a comma, and then I need to tell what exactly is the delimiter before which I need to extract the data. So for us, it's the at symbol. So I'm going to do at the rate in double quotes and then close it. And let's see what happens. So it automatically extracts the string that appears before the symbol, which is the delimiter that we provided in the formula. So this is very straightforward. That's what the text before function will let us do very, very easily. So we got the username. Next, go to the domain. So the domain is what comes in after the at symbol, but before the dot symbol. So there are two characters that we need to look for. So let's do the first one. Let's just say, bring me everything after the at symbol first. Okay. So I'm going to do text after function. This is a different function. But I can say select the cell C7, do a comma, now, what is my delimiter? My delimiter is at symbol again, and then I'm going to close it. Now, let's see what happens. So this now brings, whereas the text before function got us the string before the at symbol, text after gets us the string after the at symbol. This is awesome. Now, what we need to do is to now remove the part that is after the dot. And so what I will do is to do text before, I'm going to wrap the previous function now, right? So if I can spell text correctly. Now, text before of that value, comma, what is my delimiter now? Dot. So it'll be very clear after I enter this in. So what this is doing is first taking all the string that is after the at symbol, and then it removes anything after the dot symbol. That's what is happening. And so now we get exactly the domain. This type of information can be very helpful if you're trying to better understand your customers and this is your customers' email addresses. As long as you have gotten their permission to use it for marketing, then you can use this information to say, how many of my customers are actually using their personal email addresses versus work, which will give you a sense of where they are using your products in. And also, if it is an educational institution or if it is a government institution, who are your customers? So you can get a good understanding so you can tailor your products and marketing appropriately to those customers' profiles. Now, let's do the last part of the exercise here. I want to take the extension after the dot. And so this, I think, was very, we could probably think you can do a text after, but let me show you what happens now. Text after C7, and then if I do a dot, you see what happens? It doesn't bring me the .com, it doesn't bring me the .com, it brings me the other part. So this is something that you have to be extremely careful. Whenever we do these type of string manipulations, you have to know the data well enough so that you understand what are the possibilities. So in this case, some email addresses have a dot in them. And so that's a very tricky thing. You have to make sure that you don't bring in the wrong information. So let's see what we can do here. So one thing we can definitely rely on is you're not going to have at symbol multiple times. And that's something that generally the email addresses will only have one at symbol. And so that's a rule that we can rely on. So what I'm going to do now is to first do text after, go and take the C7 cell, comma, first do a delimiter on at symbol because that's a more reliable delimiter for us in an email address data. And so I'm going to do text after at, and now I got the gmail.com. So now that I know that it's gmail.com, what I want to do is extract the string after the dot. And so I will go back here and then do another text after. And this time then comma, and this time I will do. So now you get a clean com or edu or org or gov, whatever the extension of that email address is, now we have it. So very, very simple. Three different formulas. We used text before and text after functions in different combinations in order to achieve what we want. If you have any suggestions on how you can do this better, more efficiently, please put a note in the comments and I look forward to learning. And if you find this useful, please also suggest other topics that you think would be good to add videos on. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon in another video.